everyone. Hello, everyone. Yeah, you missed a dance party that almost ended up in Sidney's chair breaking. I should say Sidney's chair. There we go, breaking. But I got some coffee. It's cold. It's cold and it's bitter and it's dark. And so, that's where we're going, I guess. So hello, everyone. And thank you so much for tuning in to Edge of Legends episode 9? Season 2, episode 9?
It's Blue Suit. Tentacle raid.
Blue Suit.
Haven't done the tentacles in so long.
Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good to see the tentacle raid. Thank you, Blue Suit. And thank you for all the amazing people that's joined us. What a perfect time. We're about to get the show on the road. Thank you so much. Let's do a quick introduction, do a quick recap if you haven't seen it on our YouTube channel, and then get right into today's episode. So let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, and our pronouns are he, him, they, them. I have a little frog in my throat today, so apologies for that.
Oh my god, I just saw the frog mug. That's priceless. Well, we got frog mugs, so let's go to Sam. Please, Sam, tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, hello. I am Sam, and I play Ichipukton Papaqui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita. That's an announcer voice. And our pronouns are she, her. And
Nice.
Here's my frog mug. He doesn't have a name. Maybe y'all can name him in chat. And actually, I would really like that.
Ooh, you know what? If we can get some good chat suggestions, we'll put up a vote and we'll see which one will be the winner by the end of today's episode. That will be the name of that lovely frog mug.
Wait, does this mean that Ichi's gonna get like a frog familiar? Because that would be amazing.
I mean, maybe. We'll see what happens.
My vote goes to Froggo.
Froggo. Good old Froggo the frog.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that being said, Kylie, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Nice. All right. Next up on the list, we have Sidney. Sidney, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. I'm doing a quick write down of all the names I'm seeing in chat. We got some great ones. We got Beans. I saw a frog named Bean. We got Bean. Okay, I like that. We got Kermug. You know I love Kermug. And we got Fergus and Froggo.
Yeah, guys, I just have to tell you, I love frogs so much. I don't know if anyone knows that.
And I know this name is a reference, but I don't know what. It's Xanthopus. I like that.
Xanthopus the frog. I had no idea that you liked frogs, Sam. I knew you liked axolotls.
I do. I like just like critters.
Yeah.
I did tell you before the stream started that I felt like a worm in a box sometimes. That's my life philosophy.
Very, very true.
It's a worm in a box.
I'm gonna step over that before I get lost in some Lonely Island. But my name is PJ. My pronouns are he, him. I am the GM for Edge of Legend and Nat 20 Productions official here on Twitch. And my pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing everyone, everything in between. And while we are doing a lot of awesome work getting these names down, I will be writing them down and then making a poll before the break. And we're going to be voting there in the poll as well. So the recap, if you didn't get a chance to see Mr. Michael Powell himself do the recap on Nat 20 Prods on YouTube, here's what you missed. So after getting to Adolfon Continent barely, they decided to take their magical bats to fly to Agrippa upon Aubert. In doing so, they got a little lost, and one of them, Ilona, ended up in a swamp with a very angry orc looking for his ass. Because I had a note from the episode that said Shrek up in this thing. So she ran into Shrek. She ran into a Shrek. But it's better than what Michael ran into, where he canonically put boots on the ground into a small little burg called Doldenshire, where he met with a very, very hungry eldritch entity and was able to walk out with his sanity intact. And then from there, they got the group back together, went to Agrippa upon Aubert at the end of the Adelphon continent, found Isuo's magic door, and then was finally transported to the country of Shin. There in this nice merchant city of Shengjin, they entered and they had a lovely meal at this amazing, if I remember, Zhongyuo, probably butchering this, but basically a beautiful, magnificent tavern with food and alcohol, and they got a special VIP room. They saw some very disturbing things. They saw a peasant farmer complaining about a vampire cow killing and eating a lot of innocent people. They saw a very ominous black carriage pull around, kind of keeping an eye on the place. And then a quaint little shrine off in the distance. And after they were done with their food, in order to go into the mystery of the ominous symbol on Rufa's hand, that has been there for quite some time, by the way, they decided the best way to look into this was to go to that shrine mentioned earlier. On their way, they got a note from someone from Rufa's past. And sure enough, when they went to that shrine, there he was, Aiguohu, the patriotic tiger, and a brother in arms to Rufa. Now, this is where we're going to start off today's episode, right here in this quaint little shrine, in the room of the high priest, while a battered priest lays on the ground, and the Imperial agent of the Emperor stands there with his red and gold robed uniform, the symbol of the court, black sunglasses, and what you notice is kind of a tiger sash with a bit of a dragon belt going across it. And there he stands with these three metallic orbs that he moves around in his hands. You can hear the metallic drag and clang, and they kind of ring like a bell every time they stop. Starting from here, the gentleman looks to you, all in the room, and he says, so JJ, are you going to introduce me to our friends? You know, it's not very hospitable of you to drag me all the way out here and not tell everyone who we are.
Sorry. Rufa he's still wearing his mask. He kind of looks back and forth and he kind of like points over at Itchy, like,
Hey.
Yes. But I think you're not telling them the whole truth. And I know you. I think you're deflecting on purpose, brother.
Oh, I mean, we have told him that he's good at deflection, fairly recently, actually.
We did address this directly with him. But it's lovely to meet you. My name is Alona. You said that you were Rufa's brother. It's really nice to meet family.
Well, it's always nice to meet visitors. Yes, I'm his brother, but not in the paternal sense.
Oh, okay. Like, you're just like really good childhood friends.
We were children once. Yes, I suppose you could say that we were childhood friends. As they smile, you see there's this one kind of golden fang tooth right here.
You know, the way you say that makes it sound like you kind of weren't friends. I'm sure it's just me misunderstanding your tone because I'm not from around here, but I just wanted to let you know, it sounded a little like dark and villainous, just so you know.
Oh, my apologies. My common tends to kind of get ominous sometimes. I don't really emote very well. Twin Shui, could you please tell them who I am? I'll be happy to tell them who you are if you don't. And if there's anything I can tell by their reactions, you probably don't want me to do that. Do you, JJ?
Quick, one second. I forgot which number was he.
He was number 7. He was your
Number
partner.
7. Rufa kind of looks at the group, then looks back at him, goes, May Rufa present the 7th pillar of the Emperor. Kind of he's kind of dejected. Like you could really tell by the sound of his voice, he really doesn't want to be here at the moment.
Alona's mind immediately goes back to that cryptic thing Isuo said in last episode when he was like, watch out for the pillars. And Alona's like, the pillars, pillar bad, pillar man bad. Oh wait, that's a different show. Sorry.
Can't quite bend like they can.
Not too far away.
Yeah, sorry. No back bends on camera. Ilona looks at Rufa, looks back at the 7th pillar, whose name she still doesn't know. And she's going to say, well, it's really nice to meet you, number 7. What are you doing here?
Before he could reply, Rufa just kind of mutters under his breath. You know, a way that it's as if, oh God, how do I put this? He mutters under his breath in a tone where, on purpose, he wants you to kind of hear it, but also, kind of, once again, deflecting.
Oh, like a sotto voce. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm whispering under my breath. I'm whispering like I don't want people to hear it.
Yeah,
But
like a
it's
stage whisper.
noticeable.
Like a stage
Yeah.
whisper. Yeah. Kind of like probably to kill me kill Rufa once again.
So Ilona does hear that. You're saying that so she does hear that.
Mhm.
And does everyone in the
Stage
party hear it?
whisper.
Oh, stage whisper. Oh, does that mean that he can hear it too?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Rufa brings out the petty.
Oh yeah.
There's some salt. Yes, where's the fan? Anyway, Ilona hears that, looks once more at the 7th pillar, looks at Ichi, looks at Shionibus, and backs away slowly. Very slowly.
Ichi looks at Shionibus, looks at Alona, looks at Rufa, and then takes a step forward. Okay, so you know, I sense some tension. Rufa, I did hear what you said. I heard that. He can't kill you because we have a theater company to run. I know you're like his brother, and that's cool, and I respect like family ties, but we're partners and we have contracts. All right.
Finichi, you do not have to be concerned about that. He looks over at the tiger, and as if he could probably sense the glare from behind the mask. Well, we are no longer brothers. That bond has long been broken.
Yeah, when someone tries to be derelict of duty or even create or participate in low-level treason, it's my job to kill them. And, I just can't let my partnership with anyone get in the way of my job. So I killed you. Well, clearly I didn't. But that's not why I'm here. Rufa, if I wanted you dead, well, Rufa, this word assaults my tongue. Honestly, go by your name, your home. Twin Shui, please, if I wanted to kill you, I would not have shown you my face.
Did he just use Rufa's real name?
Maybe he did.
Kuning-shi is dead. He is long dead. You and the rest of the pillars sank him deep beneath the waves. This one is now known as Rufa. And he is done with you. And the pillars.
Okay. Fine. But just because you are done with us does not mean that your country is done with you. Have you not heard anything about the tiger, the emperor, the land? Surely you must, because you're here talking to a priest about his mark in your hand. Oh, come on, don't think I'm stupid. I may not have all the details, but I know that you would not be here unless you had to be.
As Rufa has told his friends, if there's anywhere on this world he would really rather be, it would probably be far, far away from here.
All right. So what if I offered you an opportunity? Do your job to the Emperor one more time, and I'll give you all the gold and distance you possibly want.
As Rufa said, he is done with the Billis, he is done with the Emperor, and he is done with Shin.
Okay. All right. Well, it was a good country while it lasted. Thousands of years of a proud tradition, many noble warriors and heroes. I think, well, maybe it's time for this country to rot and fall into the ocean and drown, killing millions and millions and millions and millions of people. But no, one man decides that his past must forever be a daunting shadow. And so millions have to die. That's okay. I'll let the emperor know that you gave his regards, your regards, and I'll let them know that when this country rots to death and the god whose back we are upon dies, a shell of a god they once were, their marked champion decided, no, not today. Oh, well, everyone, have a good evening. My name has been Aigwohu. If you have a hard time with that, please just call me Patriotic Tiger. It was great seeing you back home, Rufa. If you haven't had a chance, please enjoy the dim sum. It's great. But out of character, help me out here. Dumplings.
What about him?
I'm trying to get the name in Chinese. Bao?
Zhao
Jiaoji, thank you. Let's go with that. It's like, please enjoy the Jiaoji. Oh, and if you could do us all a favor and kill all the demons and monsters that the Emperor refuses to kill, we would really just enjoy that, because we're diverting all this money to this war we're about to start. Bye, everyone.
Before the seventh pillar leaves, Rufa, when he turns around, Rufa says, Duty, do not make me laugh. Do not make Rufa laugh. You and the rest of the pillars has long forgotten your duty.
We have not forgotten our fidelity. We have not forgotten the father of this country that keeps us alive. We may have lost the integrity of our duty, but we know damn well who the father of this country is that we protect. And we always protect our emperor. But again, the man who would care about such things is dead. Anyway, everyone, have a great day. Enjoy the sights. And if you can get to the capital, somewhere around Shapi, please do. It's wonderful. Really beautiful marketplaces, amazing statues. You're going to love it. Don't be out at night past moonrise. We won't be able to protect you from what happens. Have a great day. Toodles.
That voice just sounds a little insincere tonally. Okay.
As he walks away, he's still, rolling the 3 metal spheres in his hands, and it's kind of like waves a gentle goodbye. You see one other monk kind of runs up, and as they're running up to him, one of the 3 orbs rises and pelts the gentleman. It goes back to his hand as the monk just kind of drops from the impact, and then he just leaves the shrine.
Is that monk okay? They look okay.
You can do a medicine check to see how they're doing.
Hey, Alona.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Dice. Ooh, not good. Well, actually, not bad because my medicine check is good because I'm an expert. That's a 25.
Okay. 25. The monk seems concussed, but he seems like he'll be okay. If you can keep him up and maybe put a gold compress on his head, he'll probably just have a headache for a few days.
Okay, I will do that. Ilona looks back at the group, and after taking care of this poor monk, definitely did not deserve this. She looks at Rufa directly in the eyes and says, I know you're going through a lot right now, and I'm really sorry. I mean, that was a lot. But if I can pick up on the context of what that person was putting down, your country's in trouble. They need your help, and you've been literally chosen by the god that this land is built literally on the back of to save it from destruction.
Rufa kind of just looks over at Ilona and just kind of sighs. This land has long been dying. Perhaps from its ashes, something better will grow anew.
Rufa, starting over is one thing, but for all the bad that I see, that you see that's here, there were lots of happy, alive, thriving people that we saw walking down the street not 20 minutes ago. And the monks that exist in this temple that have been so kind to take us in. And there's still people here. So the whole burn it down and start over thing doesn't really work because there's still people here.
Rufa understands. The people, they do deserve a chance. And Rufa just kind of just nods.
I have a question, Rufa. So, seems like we got a lot of chosen ones around here. She looks at everybody. And I get that you don't ask to be chosen if Tobias escaping out a window, is any representation of people don't want to be chosen. Maybe we can delegate. What is it about you that that guy thinks needs that? Like, why is it you, Rufa, that has to do it? Maybe we can figure it out. Why does he think that?
Rufa kind of just looks at the hand where the marking is. Perhaps because Rufa was once a man that was able to get the job done, because he was a man that was cruel enough and ruthless enough and cold enough to make sure duty was carried out.
Here's the thing, Rufa. You're struggling with your past, and that can feel a lot like drowning. And it can feel like you can't see a way out because the pressure and the weight of what you've done is crushing you. But right now, you have us, and we're here with a life preserver to help you out, to drag you out of the depths of whoever you were and bring you back into the now. Because the Rufa that I know, that I've grown to know, in spite of your secrets, in spite of your past, genuinely does, I believe, care about people. And so I know, or I hope, that you still want to do the right thing. It's just a little hard right now. That's why we're here.
Yes. We are here. As much as Rufa does not want to admit this sometimes, he must do his duty and repay some debts.
So, in order to repay those debts, where do we begin?
Rufa kind of looks over to the head monk. So, how does this? He holds up the hand with the marking. How does this fix all of this? And just kind of does that whole, wave the whole thing.
Yeah. So the monk, the head monk, who has been watching but slowly praying and filing through their beads as they do so, kind of stops, and they say, well, these things can work on a level of both within earth or in heaven. On earth, there's a rumor the tiger is born. The tiger meant to overthrow the dragon, as is the balance of all leadership. And if the dragon stops the tiger from rising up, then we will have another 1,000 years of corruption and violence. And from what I've heard the pillars say, they're going to go to war with, I don't know who, I'm just a monk. But the people need the tiger. The people need them to rise up and dethrone the dragon. But also, the land is dying. I can feel it in my old bones. When the rain is colder than it used to be, the summers are too hot for food to grow. The food is taken from the earth from us, and the monsters get more bold. The land is dying. And it is my honest belief from praying to all of the heavens that someone marked by the goddess of this land, by the land itself, shall come and either raise the tiger to kill the dragon or help the land be born again anew so that we can finally have the prosperity that we deserve, the pride that we've always had without the emperor's boot on our face. So if I had to give you direct guidance, young one, find the tiger, save the country.
Rufa doesn't really say anything. He just turns. He walks over to the doorway of this room. Kind of just takes off his mask. Just lets it fall. Well, let us find a tiger. And apparently, Rufa guess that doesn't work anymore as well. And just walks out.
Okay. So as you leave the shrine with the simple words that this head monk gave you, the head priest monk gave you, find the tiger, save the country. Now it does beg the question, what the hell is the tiger? Do you know?
Everyone's so cryptic.
PJ, I'm
Damn
gonna
it.
take a 10 and take this on as one of my available cases. I'm gonna say that
Absolutely.
officially.
Absolutely. I
All
think
right.
you know what? I want you, if you don't mind, if you're not vibing, let me know. Just say no. But I want you to take a moment to declare an absolute present statement to the world that you, Rufa, will be taking on the case of the tiger.
Well, Lufa guesses it's time to dance with the tiger.
And with that, you have absolutely opened up a case, the case of the Imperial tiger. Now, you need to start figuring out what this means. You have a mystery on your hands here, because somewhere in this country, which is freaking massive, by the way, there's a tiger out there in some shape or form, literal, metaphorical, divine, no idea yet. But this entity is said to dethrone the emperor, some 1,000-year-old dynasty emperor, as well as the 7 pillars who works for them. And they already know you're here. And they basically told you a handful of things. 1, there's some plot to potentially go to war, ? 2, that they're looking to kill the tiger so the emperor gets another 1,000 years. And 3, they know that you now know that as well. So they may recruit you or they may try to kill you.
So okay. So Rufa, you make this declaration. And I assume you're standing there like investigator Rufa. And Ichi goes, oh. And she goes into her bag and starts rifling around and like throwing things out. She pulls out a manila folder. She walks up to you. Rufa, I've been seeing how you take on cases, and I've, your mind is a palace of connections. So I thought I'd pick you up some stationery. Here is the file folder, and I'm gonna write what are we calling it? The case of the tiger? What are we calling this?
I think Michael should name this tiger case. Michael, what would you name the case of this tiger? What would you name it?
Rufo looks down to Ichi, a little smile on his face, puts his hand on her shoulder. The case. No. We should just call this the dance of the Imperial tiger.
Ichi draws it across the manila folder and hands it to you. And if you open it up, inside there's lots of like post-it notes and like fresh post-it notes. There's a brand new ink pen with a feather on the end and lots of paper to write on. Just like, well, here you go. I thought you could use these. So I've just been keeping my eye out for little things. And and look at these. They're like they're sticky on one side, but they have little arrows. So like if you need to mark something, you just peel it off right there. You always know where your information is. Although you don't even really need this because it's all up here for you, isn't it? But just thought it'd be cool.
Rufus smiles, takes one of those sticky pads. PJ, can I just say that? Can I have a pen in Rufa's knapsack? Is that okay?
Sure. What kind of pen are you looking for? Like one of those clicky pens? Like,
you know what? There's actually a weapon in Pathfinder called a stiletto pen.
What?
Yeah, I'm here for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a go piece. I'll spend the go piece if I have to.
Yeah, I know you got the money. You get it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Rufa takes out his stiletto pen, which is, it looks like it's a very nice ornate pen. And we'll say it's brass gilded with a little bit of gold. takes one little notes, writes something on it, takes it off, puts it on Itchy, takes another one, writes something on it, puts it on Alona, takes another one, writes something on it, puts it on Chonovis, takes another one, writes something on it, and puts it on Morel. And written on it in I want to point this out. Very nice calligraphy. Really nice calligraphy. Like artwork. Artwork is the word. Friend.
Morel looks at it upside down, takes him in, and he goes, "Yeah, friend. I think it's the best rank I've ever held."
Loda, we've been cataloged.
Alona has a tear running down her face. I was like, I thought this was gonna be a name tag.
What if you want, Rufa could write your name down on the bottom under friend.
No, it's okay. I mean, you do call me friend Alona, but
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what he does, right? Like, he's like, "Hello, friend Alona. Hello, friend Morel. Hello, friend Ichi. Hello, friend." It's a name. Hello, my name is Friend.
I love it. Yay. Now, Rufa, let me know if I can do this, Michael.
Mhm.
It's okay if this is like too meta and you don't like it. Alona is going to look at you and say, well, now we have to find a tiger. So would you like to use your secret, not so secret black network?
Rufa
It's okay
kind of
if you don't want me to
just
know
kind
that.
of puts his hand on his chin and kind of just goes kind of this motion. Sadly, Rufa does not believe his reach has yet extended out to Shin. At least with what we've built back in Atafan Prime. But reaching out to a network isn't too bad of an idea. Rufa would also advise we be very, very hesitant in accepting any aid from the government here. It is very much likely they would probably be working against us. So, what do we do when we cannot trust the government? And he kind of looks out into out in direction. Well, let us talk to some criminals.
Yes! Criminals!
I love it whenever Sidney gets so excited she blows out her mic. It is literally the best thing.
I get excited a lot. Quick question. Did Zashmaru did not come to Shin, right?
No, Zashmaru, it comes from Oriyasu.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to double check. So there goes that. Alona just kind of saddles up slightly behind Rufa when I assume Rufa leads them to the criminals. And goes, okay, I have if we go to a black market, I have to get this appraised. And she holds up her boot. So remind me when we go there, because I need to know how much this is worth, / what it does, / is it just an old boot?
Rufa takes if Alona's okay with it, takes the boot, kind of looks it back and forth. I believe, PJ, because I do have the skills here, I could actually appraise the boots.
Absolutely.
Pathfinder, right?
Oh,
yeah. So is it Arcana, occultism, religion, nature?
I'm going to give you
crafting.
I'm going to say you can use, in this case, you can use either crafting, Arcana, or occultism.
oh.
All right. You know what? Let's go with they're all this. I'm gonna say these bonuses, they're all the same, but I'm gonna go with crafting.
All right.
The good middle ground there.
Absolutely. Also, don't you love it when you have such a crisis of like wealth of skill knowledge that it's like, oh man, which one do I choose? They're all fat stacks of proficiencies.
Yeah.
What flavor of boot is this?
Like I said before, I'm only untrained in one skill, and PJ likes to use that against me, I feel sometimes.
Look, it's nothing on purpose. It just sometimes you have to make a survival check, and it's not my fault that it's the one thing you can't do tremendously.
All right. Well, I got a 28 on that.
28. Okay. So you're looking at this boot, and as you're looking it over and you're like, okay, you're thinking to yourself, well, it is just an old boot. Whatever value it had, which probably would have been a few gold, would have been out the window from being waterlogged so long, until you look at the sole of the boot and then at the tread, and you realize that this is actually a magical boot. This is a boot that has been built with goblin leather and minotaur hide, and this is the greater bully boot.
Oh.
Can you specify goblin made leather or goblin
made leather, not made from goblin skin. Goblins made the leather out of minotaur hide. Boom. There you go.
Yeah. Hello immediately chucks the boot. No.
Rufa kind of looks at the boot and goes, oh no, yes. This is Rufa believes it is of goblin make. The hide is minotaur, or it's one of those the goblins great bully boots. Be careful when kicking anything small with these.
Also, because you have just the one as opposed to the pair, this can be used as a ranged weapon. When rolled to hit, the roll to hit acts as the inverse of their fortitude save. If you succeed, they're automatically knocked back 20 feet. If you critically succeed, they're knocked back 60. So it doesn't do any damage. It just sends them flying back to almost a comedic level of distance with no damage.
PJ, you just gave her chunkless.
Yes, well, no, because there's no emotional damage, just distance.
Mental damage it should be.
Also, is she required to yell, "There's a snake in my boot" every time she throws it?
Yes.
Please.
She has to either yell that there's a snake in my boot, or she has to yell, "To you I bequeath a boot to the head," and then throw it at them. And if you get that reference in the chat, you get a hero point.
And Rufa also looks at Alona and goes, also probably be careful when bring these out around any of the minotaurs. It could cause some issues.
Noted. Wow. We gotta work on Alona's arm. Can you imagine you basically gave Alona just a massive, a free massive. And
Alona's basically mom. She's mom.
So you're seeing just a small, medium-sized book nerd lady in a robe chucking a boot at somebody. I am so about this. Wow.
If she gets some special armor, it should be like a house coat. Saying.
Again, the boot just knocks people back. Look, if we want to invent the chunkla, and everyone's okay with the chunkla, we can do that. But right now, I'm just trying to make a boot that kicks someone back like 20 to 60 feet.
Also, I don't think Ichi needs ranged fighting. Like, she already smashed too hard. So the other people need to have a chance, like, to not die.
But also, this is a boot that won't kill people actively. So I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like your slam dance boots without the 3d6 force damage that comes with them.
Without the death, the accidental death. Yeah, It's like that.
Yeah. And friend Alona, if we get the chance, perhaps we could find a rune of returning. Could be useful with this.
Oh, a boomerang
No, Sidney. A boomerang.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. You get a hero point. That's exactly what it is. A boomerang.
Hey, I'm the one who suggested the rune, okay? That
I
started this.
You did. You
Love
get
you.
credit. You get credit, but she gets the
love
hero
you.
point.
I
We can
think
share.
that this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Great, cool. Now that we went on our boot detour, hey, let's go see some bad people. Subjectively.
PJ, I think I have essentially a skill for this. Give me a second.
Mhm.
See, where is it? Could I roll Underworld? And because I also have Shin,
Mhm.
do I get a bonus on that?
Absolutely. I'll give you a +2 for that underworld lore.
Ooh. All right. See, give me a second and just add +2. 33.
Okay. In my head, I was like, the DC for this level is 20. +10 makes it almost impossible. If he gets a 30, I'll give him everything. 33. So you're getting everything with 3 victory laps on top. So, one, of course, there are local bandit gangs, local pirates out from the sea that are here because it's a merchant place, especially one on the fringes of the empire. So a lot of pirates like to go here so they don't have to run into the Imperial court guards, which will not take their bribe. There's the pirates, the bandits. There are a few rebellious warlords that are kind of hiding in plain sight. But the one thing that you remember very specifically about this town is hearing about a very familiar, suspicious black carriage. And sure enough, as you're looking around, you see the black carriage in sight, and you see a very familiar logo, a hauntingly familiar logo. It is the logo of the Hungry Ghosts organized crime unit or organized crime syndicate.
So does Rufa know? Does he have to just go up and knock on the carriage or follow the carriage or
look how you want to talk to? Oh, well, first of all, let
throw
me
a boot at the
jog
carriage?
some. You can if you want to. Let me jog you some memory, right? So you remember the Hungry Ghosts. The Hungry Ghosts is kind of like a big, horrible crime syndicate. They have a lot of different chapters. There's the 88 Ghosts. There's the Hungry Smiles. A bunch of different off branches. You know that these people do not play with the law. And you know that some of them do some very dark rituals to cement their power struggle. You also remember that a few of them may not be fully alive. So if you want to go walk right up to their carriage and just knock like they're your buddy, who knows? Maybe they'll remember your face from when you were kicking down their doors and beating up their captains left and right. Maybe they won't like that. Maybe they'll fear that. You had a very, very interesting youth. So at this point in time, it's hard to say what you can cash in on.
Rufus gonna look over at Chonobus and goes, "Then Chonobus, what are you up to putting the fear of gods into some near duels?"
She's going to crack her neck. Rufa, it's what I do best.
Then we'll go with you remember what we did with Lofen way back in the day at the Fun Prime?
You see her just cringe a little at his name. I remember. Yeah, I remember him.
Let us go with that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, lead the way.
Rufa takes a few steps forward, but then stops and looks at the group again. Rufa wants to warn his friends. What we tread now are very, very dangerous waters indeed.
But the Hungry Ghost sounds so cute.
And
What they do is not very cute, though.
Maybe they do it in a cute way. What were we gonna say, Sam?
Oh, nothing important. I would like to know about cute goats.
Oh, ghosts, not goats. The hungry ghosts.
Who said that?
A voice from the
The
sky goes,
ghosts?
I'm so sorry. This
What?
is a
This is
voice.
God.
This is a god. I don't know which one yet, but
Oh, it's the spirits.
Yeah,
Oh.
the spirits.
I'm sorry, Rufa. The spirits corrected me. Yeah, let's do that.
I do want to say though, when you said the hungry ghosts, my mind immediately just went to the hungry ghost slime guy from
Slimer?
Ghostbusters.
You thought of Slimer?
I thought of Slimer. That's the only hungry ghost I know.
You're not
Oh
wrong.
no. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see if we can't change that. Okay, so so what's the plan? You see a carriage to probably one of the higher ups in the Hungry Ghost Mafia here in Xiongjian.
Rufus gonna look over at Lona and goes, Friend Lona, be ready. There is a very good chance we might actually have to deal with some actual ghosts.
That's okay. I have my boot. It's probably gonna go right through them. God damn it.
Rufus going to kind of just stand as the carriage is going towards them. Rufus going to stand in front of the carriage,
Okay.
draws his scorpion whip, and as soon as they get, we'll say 30, you think 30 feet will leave enough time to just in case jump away in case he gets run over. That's about fair.
Yeah. Give me an intimidation check as you demoralize this running carriage.
Yeah, Rufus gonna crack his whip above him for that that intimidation check.
Yeah. Spicy. Fast. Come on, fingers. Cut your fingernails. You can't open anything.
28.
Okay. So as you sit there and you crack your whip, the carriage just goes to a dead stop. Give me a medicine check or a religion check really fast.
Okay. Both are the same. Plus, you know what? I'll go with medicine. They're the same anyway. Wait. Oh, and 24.
24. Okay. So as you are looking dead on at the driver, you notice the driver and the horses have been dead for a very long time. The man driving has a very pale blue face, very blue pallid lips, and almost like swollen pink eyes. The horses have similar features, but their fur, their mane has lost a lot of color, and their head kind of hangs low as saliva kind of drips out of their head. And the driver looks to you with this kind of large hat that they dock back, and they say, "Do you know whose carriage this is?"
Rufa does not get. We request an audience with the ghosts.
And then he just kind of looks at you and he goes, "But to request an audience with ghosts is to invite death. Are you willing to die for that?"
Tell them the wolf has returned from beyond the pale.
Takes the driver a bit, but then fear sets in their eyes as they turn and knock onto the carriage. And then in Shin, they say, "The wolf has returned." And then you just hear this knock, this in response. And he nods. "Master Gui will see you now." And he gets down and he kind of shuffles over to the door. You see, for some reason, he can't really extend his feet very far. And he kind of pulls out this step ladder, or I'm sorry, not a step ladder, like 2 or 3 steps. And the door opens up the door and then gestures for you all to go into this dark black carriage with no windows.
Rufa goes.
All right. Do you go alone?
He's gonna motion towards the rest of the group, definitely. If
We're
they
all
do
gonna
want to go
fit.
with him, yeah, great. They don't have to.
Ichi has a look of abject terror on her face, which you all know her enough by now to know that she only looks like this when confronted with things that are not alive, that are tucking still. So I assume someone's gonna have to pull her into the
God.
carriage.
How big is this carriage? Are we all good? We're 5 people. Are we gonna fit in this carriage?
It's a pretty big carriage. If you were to assume there's seats on both sides of the carriage, you can probably fit 8 people.
It's extra wide.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
they
really
got
big
that-
Winnebago.
They got
They got
that
that
double
extra
wide
wide
carriage.
money.
that extra wide money.
Yeah, Ilona goes in, but she reaches for Shonibus's hand first.
She'll take her hand. She'll go in first before Alona.
That's good. Ilona looks back at Morel and is like, "Can you you're the only one strong enough to maybe pick up Ichi. Would you mind doing that?"
Yeah, I've tried before. She has a very powerful low center of gravity. It might not be pretty, but I can do it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Morel,
Yeah,
Morel,
Yeah, go. Be
Morel
free.
walks over. Lady Ichi, I request your permission to carry you physically into the carriage. Do I have your consent and express permission, Lady Ichi?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Would you like to jump on me back? Would you like me to carry you threshold style? You want a loaf of bread? How would you like to be carried?
Bread sounds nice.
Bread sounds nice. All right, here we go. Yeah, she's one of the most powerful champions. Nas McCon, you can do this, all mate. Let's go. Shoot the devil, get the belt around the waist, and he just gets you up on his back. Being that you are a rock dwarf and moving you is mathematically harder than most people. Once he gets you up, he's like, oh, so sorry. It's not your weight. It's just you have a very powerful low center of gravity. And he kind of like slowly walks with you on his shoulder.
Ichi has her arms out like when you grab a cat and they're just kind of flopped.
Oh my god. Okay, I know we already had our wrestling episode with Ichi. But does the boulder exist in Edge of Legend? And are they a rock dwarf?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Rock dwarf makes sense. You know, if we can find Boss Sensei or maybe go to the Underground Dwarf Wrestling Alliance, who knows? Maybe we'll run into the boulder.
As long as he's fighting a blind girl.
Yes.
I'm down.
Please.
We'll put a blindfold on Ichi then.
Yes. Ichi versus the boulder.
Well, feeling there's a powerful need for that episode, we'll eventually do Ichi versus the boulder. But first things first.
Oh, I just thought something. What if Boulder is a certain blind champion? That's his other nickname.
You know, there is a certain Joe who's a paladin of Vigilmont who is blind but has cosmic sight. I wouldn't mind seeing Joe wrestle the boulder.
Joe versus the boulder! Side quest!
Yeah, it'd be like Joe versus a volcano.
Joe versus the volcano. Everyone gets a hero point.
Please tell me I'm not the only one that gets that reference because I'm gonna feel so old.
I know, I totally get the reference. That's why I'm giving everyone a hero point. These
All right.
references have been delicious. So to change the mood a little bit, you all step into this very dark, all black carriage. It's all black exterior, but then when you get inside, it has this blistering white, like almost like the white that you'd see like on a funeral gown, painted all over the interior. White, padded leather seats with really ornate kind of engravings. Everything's still all white. And you see two people sitting in there. Two people sitting there wearing dark black clothes. One of them has a black veil over their face, and the other one kind of they have their hair down with like a little bit in the back in a bun. Sitting down inside, they look to you. One of them, the one with the veil on their face, kind of leans over to the one without the veil, with the long black hair. And they kind of, not breaking eye contact with you, listens to them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they bring up these hands, these pale hands. You notice the gentleman has extremely pale features, blue lips, pale face, with bright pink eyes, almost again like someone who suffered of like suffocation. And these long, almost gunmetal gray fingernails that they use to just kind of touch and prod the air with.
We apologize for not requesting a proper audience beforehand. But time is of the essence, and we request information that, well, would apparently save the land.
What information do you want?
Well, besides the patriotic tiger, we request information on any other references made to tigers in the past couple of decades.
Mm-hmm.
Especially ones that the emperor would probably be concerned about.
The all dark robed figure with the black veil on their face leans over to this very pale gentleman and whispers in their ear, and they nod, not breaking eye contact. We can tell you these things, but not here. We'll have to take you to our warehouse. You see, we were just coming here for a meal. Our business is done, and we must return home.
Rufa just nods and then looks over at Shonibus, looks over at Ichi, looks over at Lona, and looks over at Morel. That it's acceptable?
Yes.
All right. With that, with what I would imagine, first of all, did everyone consent? I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure everyone is saying yes and not just going like, whoa, wait, what? No, fucking what? Okay.
I mean, as a character,
Yeah.
Yes, but as a player, yeah, we're going.
Yeah, that was the main reason why Rufa was looking at. Like, do you accept was like question mark at the end of it.
Yeah. So the person with the veil leans over, whispers again in the ear of this pallid figure, and they kind of take their long dagger-filled hands of fingernails and point to the driver. In Chinese, they say, "Get the cart going. We're going back to the warehouse." The man nods, gets back on, and then they take off. There's no windows here, so it's impossible to tell how long the ride is. Yeah, Sidney.
Can I just do a perception check. You don't have to do this now. To see what exactly they are. You can say no.
I will allow everyone, actually, because at this point in time, you're on the road, to make either a perception check. Let me give you something more accurate. Give me a medicine check, or give me an occultism check.
Medicine from the healer. Oh, damn! Oh, that's a nat 20.
Damn.
I am
Followed by a nat
simultaneously.
one.
No!
No.
Shonimus is just like, what are you?
Oh,
No,
also,
I have an idea.
also, I would take religion check. I think religion will get more information in this case than occultism. But with that nat 20, though, I don't know. Does anyone else want to roll on these two individuals?
Yeah. I got a 29 on occultism.
29. And Sam?
26 on religion.
Okay, 26 on religion. We got a nat 20, a 26, a 20, and a critical one. Okay, so Shunimus, you're looking at these people and you're like, damn, they need to go out in the sun more. They look horrible. Their skin is atrocious. I don't know what they're eating, but their hair, their nails, like they need better nutritional food.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Instead, can I, followed by that nat one, because it makes sense with the idea I have. Is there a way for me to do a nature check and try to track the distance we're going?
Survival check. Yeah, absolutely.
Survival, not nature?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm gonna use a hero point. That was a 2.
Oh no.
Damn. Dice
We're just
jail.
doing dice jail. Yep. All right, let's go purple. Come on. Ooh. 22.
22. Okay. Yeah. So you start kind of doing a little bit of like a repetitious fidget to figure out how long you're going. So you're kind of tracking yourself by your fidget. You're kind of feeling the turn of the horse and the wheel, and you realize that you've gone southeast outside of the city and then just south for easily an hour or two. You are way out of the city limits for this tiny merchant city. So southeast by south for about an hour or two. Let's see. Let's go with Sam first. Sam, they reek of the undead. They are no longer living. They are either zombies or something else, but they are no longer living people. That being said, Sidney, you specifically realize from how they're carrying themselves, their focus, everything else, and what you know about the undead, and of course, Sam, too, what your character knows about the undead and dead itself, they're vampires.
Duh!
They're not just the undead. They are almost lords of the undead. And specifically, Rufa, looking them in the eye, and you start going over your catalog of the hungry ghosts, the 88 ghosts off branch, the hungry smile off branch, all these different things. You remember something specific. While these criminal organizations recruited hundreds of warriors, mercenaries, sellswords, some of their higher ups were Jiangxi. These are specifically the vampires that feed off the breath and ki of the people, or chi of living beings. And as such, they do not operate like normal vampires.
Man, these goths really suck.
DJ, I'm gonna send you a quick PM. You just let me know if this is okay.
Sure. While you're doing that, I'll tell you the entire ride, the one in the Vale continues to do nothing but whisper into the very pale man's ear, and with his very nice outfit, you see that he never breaks eye contact. He also never blinks, and it's hard to tell he's actually breathing or not.
Ichi instinctively stops breathing and then
Is it okay that when she takes that breath, that's when like Rufa sees her, that's not breathing, that's when he kind of elbows her a little bit in the ribs
Ugh.
to remind her to breathe?
Oh, wait a minute. Sam, I need you to make a perception check.
Oh Lord. Oh, spirits. Save me. 21.
As you kind of, have this tension in your chest that causes you to go, catch your breath like that, you notice the kind of pale faced man, his eyes immediately dart to you. And you can see he's looking directly at your lips. And the person in the black veil face, their head that's only done this to whisper to the guy, suddenly locks onto you. And they both just stare at you as you catch your breath.
PJ, can I roll a perception to see if Rufa caught that?
Yeah, give me a perception check. And then suddenly you hear this heavy, belabored breathing start to rise in the carriage. As they stare at you.
Got a 25 on that.
Oh yeah, you're clocking everything. And because you're from Shin and you've basically beat down these dudes' doors in the past, you know exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Rufa
hungry.
looks at Itchy and goes, and then looks at everybody actually and goes, control. If you can, control yourself. And then looks over at the hungry ghost and goes, Rufa truly hopes that you've already eaten this day. For Rufa's friends, are a meal that you do not want to sample.
Hungry ghosts are always hungry.
What? Curb your hunger.
We will not be rude to our guests. We're almost at the warehouse.
Oh boy, oh boy. I sure have been, touched by so many spirits over such a long period of time being a spirit barbarian that I probably would taste so bad.
Eventually, there's a bell that rings from the driver to let you know that they're about to stop. The carriage does come to kind of a pull up and stop. You hear the shuffling of the man come down, kind of shuffle over. You see there's a little slit where the door is and the carriage floor begins, and suddenly this like thing pulls out and extends down the stairs. And then the doors are open wide, and the light is not as blinding as you've been in this bright white carriage the entire time. But what is blinding is this warehouse that you are now inside of is covered in a garish display of ancient artifacts and corpses all over the place. There's a few torches kind of lining the walls. Beautiful red carpet. This place is dripping in literal money, and all over you see these long papers of parchment with handwritten symbols on all of them. And then you see within seconds 10 bodies just leap out of nowhere with these little pieces of paper on their face and these symbols, an amulet, a fulu, attached to their forehead.
The group will probably recognize they're like the little scrolls that Rufa's been using of late to kind of cast spells with.
How freshly dead are the bodies that are surrounding us?
Give me a medicine check with a -2.
Ah, rats. -2 for fear. Is that Medicine check with a -2. Man, I'm so glad my medicine checks are still fire. It's a 28.
Okay. You can tell as these 10 people with the amulet or the fulus on their head help you out of the carriage that the bodies are really hard to tell how long they've been dead for because they look desiccated and drowned. They look like they've been dried and wrinkly and expunged of all life essence for days, but they've been left in positions that suggest they've just been recently put there. Rigor mortis hasn't quite made them like stiff cadavers yet.
So the Goths are messy eaters. Great. Good.
PJ, I was wondering if I can make a recall knowledge crafting check. This is mostly for RP and creative flavor. I just want to know if Rufa could tell that these artifacts and riches and stuff like that, and anything that he recognizes and the value and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus, I got a 24 on that.
Yeah, some of these you actually recognize from your youth. Some of these you've only heard about. These are artifacts from the Imperial court themselves. These are like deeply personal, like Shinny's historical items. You're seeing suits of armor from warlords that, were renowned for unifying the land 10,000 years ago. You're seeing jewels and swords thought to be legends. You're seeing scrolls from war banners and dynasties that have been like left 2,000, 5,000 years in the past. You're even seeing this trinket from the end of the Great Dragon War 5,000 years ago, all over the place.
Rufa kind of just looks around and goes, huh. Rufa sees that you've all been doing quite well and quite prosperous since his absence. Oh, you got that back. Oh, Rufa remembers that one. Oh, didn't Rufa believes he took an arm with that one. One of yours, I believe. Rufa believes. One of your men. Kind of alluding to like past, cases and stuff like that.
Yeah. The one of the two people in the carriage, the one without the veil, just says, "The arm grew back."
Honestly, it would have been much simpler if you just gotten a new one and sold it back on.
If you'll excuse me, I've learned to do business. I'll need to feed. It doesn't have to be on one of you, but I don't wish to be rude to eat in front of you.
Alona sneaks behind Shionibus. Just, hey, boop.
She has a freeze response.
Yeah, how is Ichi doing? Not good, I imagine.
Oh no, she's just standing there. Like whenever you enter a new area, she just barely like steps in the threshold and just.
Ilona looks directly at Morel, and says, "Okay, so in this point in time, Shionibus is my emotional support friend. I think you have to be Ichi's right now. So do you think you can do that?"
Yeah. I'm gonna go to that now. And he walks over and he goes, Lady Ichi, I'm told that I'm supposed to be your emotional support. Morel, what do you need from the emotional support? Morel.
Do you have bread?
I have crackers and jerky. Is that okay?
You got goldfish crackers?
Well, they're in the shape of a little passion flower, but they are salted and have like a nice little cheesy like dough base. So yeah.
TJ,
Yeah.
Can I pull out a bun from the Bun Boys that I had in my purse? Because she's never, she just doesn't like sweets. And like, Morel!
Yeah.
She's like, tosses it. It might be kind of stale, but she likes those.
All right. Ichi, I've been informed that this might be kind of stale, but would you like a Bun Boys bun?
Yeah.
Well, here you go. And do you require a hug or a pat on the head?
I think I'm gonna do good.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I'm doing great now, actually.
All right. Emotional support morale. Job mission accomplished. Feeling good. All right.
Oh man. I also just love how Shionabis is just here for the assists today. Just really coming in clutch. Also, I didn't know that we had Afro Scooby snacks. So
Oh yeah.
I'll take some of those.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Give me a hand out like this, and I'll just stop pouring them in. They go really great with wine or grape juice. There we go. Just right in there.
Rufa's gonna make a note to have some of those Ziploc baggies of Cheerios in the future.
Oh man, you are mom too.
Oh no.
You're back in the snacks for the kids. Listen, it's important. We don't want to, get hangry in the middle of a mission. Who knows? We might accidentally stab a dead guy.
Right? So as you're all there, the one of the dark clothes and the pale face, the kind of like very pallid face, says, first of all, he says something in Shinese. Rufa, you hear him say, "Thralls, get my meal." And the ones with the fulus kind of look to him, they nod, and they turn in a single file, and they just start hopping away, like in a single file line. And then eventually they kind of squat down and they jump and they just take massive leaps. In a split second, they return in massive leaps, and they're bringing back this kind of basically the poor country farmer that was complaining about the vampire cow that was killing people. They have him. The captain, or one of the many leaders of the Hungry Ghost, turns to everyone and he says, "If you don't want me to feed on you, I would suggest you hold your breath for the next minute, because I'll just feed on you anyway. So please, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Everyone holds their breath. Not if you're holding your breath. Okay. All right. With that, you see his jaw just distend, and you see his whole face starts to intensely get purple as his eyes become jet black. And he turns to the farmer and leaps at him like a wolf descending upon prey. He pins him to the ground, and you can hear the farmer just terrifying legs thrashing as this young she just starts to take a massive breath in. You can see the air and very much the soul and energy of this farmer leaving his body and going into the mouth of the vampire, who just and as he does this, you see the farmer just like shrinking like the skeletons in Indiana Jones, just. And as you can just see the life leave him, the vampire stands up, throws the body across the room, just leaving it on a pile of other bodies. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I just needed a top off. Please, release your breath. I'm satiated for now.
Do you just like do this like in front of people usually?
I do it. Whether or not it's in front of people or you watch, I don't care.
That's
You had some problems with boundaries, man. You had some weird. You should work on that, maybe. I don't know. That's not out loud. That didn't happen.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you really think he gives a
No.
shit? Like, what?
No. Mm.
He's a Jiangshi. He doesn't give a damn. He's gonna eat who he can eat.
Bad boundaries.
Anyway,
Messy eater.
Rufa looks at his friends and goes, if Rufa can enlighten his friends, these are the Zhengshis, the hopping ghosts, or they are also better known as the best comparison in the lands of out of character, the West, right? Lands of the West.
Yeah, you can say that. That's still geographically accurate.
In the lands of the West, that consider them much like your vampires. They, instead of ingesting blood or life fluids, they absorb the chi or the breath of others.
Yeah.
Energy vampire.
Literally, yes. The energy that lives in everyone's soul. We feed on it. It's quite delicious, quite potent. The thralls, of course, they get to starve, but they get to live forever. My master and I, we feed where we want to, and so do our other captains. But I must say, please don't wave about holy symbols. Don't throw garlic at me. Don't put me out in the sunlight. You're gonna find it's not going to work. We had a Oh, please, Master,
garlic?
who is that one? We love it in our food, but it won't hurt. Master,
Oh.
who was that one person? We had someone from Aldefon. What was their name? Beaumont? Yeah, we had some fool named Beaumont come here trying to kill us. It didn't work. We shoot him away. He was very rude. But that's not business.
Yeah. No Helsings either.
No. Well, is the Helsing family in New Jack City still trying to kill us?
Oh,
No, they got over that? Wonderful. Okay, great.
canon. Yes. Also, is there a vampire named Colin Robinson?
Not in Shin.
Damn.
Not in Shin.
All right. It's cool.
Rufa's gonna
Next time.
look kind of back and forth and goes, are we done with trying to impress us? The vague threats.
Oh, right.
No, it worked.
Shall we
It wo-
consult with the business on hand?
It worked. I'm impressed.
Good. Good. It seems the lady has good taste. Let's go to the office. There we'll be able to give you anything that we may know about these things. Please follow us. And they kind of start doing this. They leap, but it's not 2 feet closer together with a bounce. They kind of leap like they take one step, they bound up a staircase. One step, they hit a wall, and they bounce back off again. And they're easily 40 feet in the air on a second story where there's a door to an office. The one with the veil just kind of turns to you all, jumps down or leans down, and then takes off a good 30, 40 feet in the air and lands delicately on the second floor, and then walks into the office. The one without the veil says, "Staircase is to your right, please."
Show offs.
This is a lot. This Rufa, this is a lot.
Well, Rufa did warn Rufa's friends that what we are going to be treating will be dangerous waters indeed.
Can we get buns after this?
How about instead of buns, Rufa will introduce his friends to some hawthorn candy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can do this. Oh God, I can do this. All right. I'm a warrior champion. Okay. I'm good. Let's go.
As you descend up the staircase, you start noticing not just the thralls, the fulus that helped you out of the carriage earlier. There's dozens of these Jiangxi mafia soldiers here. Some of them are like taking giant leaps and bounds. Some of them just like doing 2-legged hops. But they're sitting there wearing dark black or bright white clothing, and they look pallid and they look hungry, and they're all just staring at you. Dozens, if not 100 of them, as you just go up the staircase and go around. Some of them just look at you as you go up the stairs and into the office. As you go into the office, Roof, really quick.
Real quick, Rufus gonna look over to his friends and goes, "Friends, do not worry. For here in Shin, there are rules, customs, and tradition that must be kept."
That's cool, Rufa. But we don't know what those are.
Rufa looks at them, goes, Rufa will help help his friends navigate these waters. A lot of water analogies tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of waters and puddles and things. So you go into the office, you see the entire office looks like a dimly lit casket. You see almost black and white memorial photos of the people in the room, like the man with the pallid face. You see a photo back when he was probably a living human being. You see another woman, a gorgeous, striking woman with very long black hair and this comb with a peacock pin. You see a few other people as well. And you see incense boxes and memorial stones and all these things that suggests that they're in mourning, probably for their own lives. The person with the veil sits down in a chair that the pallid man places behind them, and then they kind of raise up their hands, and then they kind of bow their head and they whisper just basically to you all and say, "Please bow your heads as I reveal my face, for I am not living, and I would ask for you to mourn me." Okay. You can hear the veil being dragged off of this person's head, wrapped up and folded very carefully. A lacquered box is opened, and the mourning veil is placed and then closed. The pallid man's voice says, "You may raise your face to look at her." As you look up, you see the gorgeous woman whose mourning photo is on the wall. One half of her face, an outstanding, beautiful woman still, wearing makeup, red lipstick, a beautiful blush, just a tremendous face. And as she turns this way to look at you, you see the skin has rotted off the bone, and you are seeing a demon breaking through with one horn, maggots crawling all throughout her face, and one long tusk. And she looks at you and she says, "Hi, hello. I am the madam, the owner, the general of the hungry ghosts. Now, let's talk business." And this is where we're going to go on our 5-minute break for Edge of Legend, which I want to call the dance of the Imperial tiger. Because Michael, that literally gave me chills. That's so friggin' epic. So when we come back in 5 minutes, we are going to continue this episode and this meeting with vampires. Yes, Sam.
Are we doing the frog poll for real?
Yes, thank you so much.
Can I dramatically read the frog names out for consideration?
Yes, why don't you do that so I can also double check with my notes.
All right, if you're new here, we have a poll to name my frog. That's right, name this good boy. And the contenders are Bean, Kermug, Fergus, Froggo, Xanthopus, Frug. That's good. Simple. Grog, Beaumont the First, and a second vote for Grog. You can work those votes out in the chat, but thank you for the frog names. I look forward to seeing what my mug will be named.
Yeah.
And Little Man. I just saw the chat. There's
Little
a late
Man.
edition for Little Man.
Love it, Little Man. Okay, so we are going to be going on our 5-minute break. In the meantime, while we're on that 5, I'm going to try and get this poll up so that when we come back, the poll should be here. And by the end of the episode, we will tally the votes and see what is going to be the name of that good little frog boy. Hello, everyone. Hello. And thank you for your patience. And thank you for that 5-minute break. Got back a little late because they've changed the poll rules on me. Thank you, Twitch. So let me give you the lowdown of how we're going to be doing this in case you saw us trying it in the chat. If you want to vote for what this lovely frog's name
Mug.
should be that Sam has there on her
Can
mug.
you get a good zoom on him? Oh wow.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that good boy.
Mm,
So
boy.
at the top, we start getting some names. We have the names. Here's all you gotta do. Hit exclamation point, vote, then space, and exclamation point, the name of the frog you want. I'm gonna go over this very quickly just to let you know. So Bean is exclamation point, Bean. Kermug is, of course, exclamation point, Kermug. Fergus, exclamation point, Fergus. Everything is pretty much the same. However, because I couldn't put Beaumont the First in there, it's exclamation point, vote, exclamation point, Beau. And Sam had her own suggestion during the break for Fabio.
Oh, it wasn't my suggestions.
Oh.
That was
Other Sam.
Other Sam. Oh,
Other
thank you,
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah,
Sammy
this
the
happens
Siren.
a lot.
Thank you so much, Sam. Sammy the Siren, I believe.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you so much, Sammy the Siren. So to vote for theirs as well, that's exclamation point AMPH, AMPH for Amphibio. So we're going to continue with the episode. And when we wrap up, we're going to count all the votes and let you know who won the title of Sam's Frog.
And thanks everyone for being just as ridiculous as we are and wanting to help name my frog mug on a whim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the kind of fun we like to have here. What is that? You just stepped into an undead mafia run by hopping vampires who literally suck the breath out of you. Cool. While we're doing that, let's talk about frog names.
And also, I want to point out, technically, this wouldn't be a mafia. It would technically be more of a triad. Just saying.
Well, yes. Well, I was going to make a reference to them later, but it's all kind of a criminal organization, if you will. With that being said, let's start off. If there's any other questions, comments, concerns before we go in, we'll start off with coming back to the scene that you're in right now.
I mean, listen, there's lots of concerns, but yes. Continue.
So you're in this room. Like I said, the room is built almost like a casket with memorial photos and memorial incense and lacquered boxes and other cultural items of mourning and grieving and getting over lost ones. And you see that this is them literally getting over their own mourning of their own death. You talk to the matron of the mafia herself, with her face kind of in the state that it's in. And she quietly nods her head and says, "Thank you for paying respects to the dead. If you have any other respects you wish to pay to the dead, they will always be welcome here."
Rufus going to walk to one of the prayer altars, takes one of the incense sticks, lights it, puts it in one of the incense pots, and then reaches into his coat and pulls out kind of a stack of what looks to be like yellow paper with like red writing on top of it. Put that in a pot, and then pulls out another piece of paper that has, if anybody wants to check, it has the symbol of the word in Chinese, fire on it. Put that on top. Says really sharply, "Ho," snaps his fingers, and that the stack of paper is engulfed in flames, aka he is burning ghost money.
Mm-hmm. She smiles. Every part of her face, it seems so dour, so beautiful, but so sad. And when she sees that, she smiles gently and she goes, "Thank you." And the pallid man just kind of chuckles. "We thank you for your graciousness. Now, kind guests, please, let's do more business. You wish to know about a certain tiger, I think I heard you say?"
Yes, we were informed that a tiger will save the land, a tiger will heal the land, but probably was not the tiger we usually talk about, the one known as the patriotic one. A moniker that he no doubt gave himself.
No, he was born under that name. I remember the days where you and he would kick down organizations and fight us, beat us, starve us very egregiously. I remember this, man. I remember I remember he's paid very well to no longer look in dark alleys and open caskets.
Rufus going to look over to the matron, goes, well, if this one knew of your beauty, you perhaps would not have kicked down so many doors as hard.
Listen, I get it. When I go to a town, I personally feed 20, 30, 40 people. I was a nuisance when I was a young soldier. But let's talk business. You want to know about a tiger? Great. We have some information that we have here after we had the ceasefire with the White Lotus. A lot of information from the Imperial Court they gave us. Now, what we can do is give you everything we know, but we first have to ask, what's in it for the hungry ghosts?
Well, this one no doubts that you would do this out of the kindness of your hearts. But perhaps as a blow against our kind government.
The matriarch smiles gently, like a patient smile, and she says, one must accept when they work in crime that they make money off of chaos. In order to be in business, we must have order to contend with. We will never want to kill the government. We make money because of them.
In this one's travels, he has seen that, honestly, government is just a more organized gang, really.
The pallid man looks at Shionibus in the eyes. Where do you
Can I
come
help
from?
you?
Where do you come from?
Why does it matter?
Have you ever tried to eat a dumpling or a pie? It looks succulent, it looks fresh, only to find that when you sink your teeth into it, it's empty. You do not
Nubia.
taste like the living. Oh, wait a minute. They go up, they grab you by the hand, they turn your wrist over. Their thumb with the long, creepy nail starts to drag, not to cut, but just drag from your palm up your wrist. And they look at it, they look you in the eyes, their eyes wide. You can see the blood shots, almost like suffocation, pink in their eyes. And they go, you're from Nubia. Who do you worship? Who do you represent? They kind of put their thumb on your forehead and they just kind of look you over. Who are you?
Can I try to pull my hand away?
Yeah, let's go for it. Give me an athletics check because they are strong.
Yeah.
Strong goth, gross person.
It's a 24.
24. You try to pull your hand away and it's like ironclad. You just a little bit and the hand just grabs you even harder. And it's like long, thin fingers, but cold iron grip as they just kind of look at you. What did you say? Who did you worship in Nubia?
Anubis.
Is he your death god?
He's one of them.
Did you go to his realm?
I mean, we all did.
I can't feed off of you because you're the walking dead. Joy.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah, Rufa, yes? I did not know you walked with champions of, oh, my memory, the Duwat. Is that correct?
For at this point, I'm guessing that there's like a seat and everything that we could sit on or something
Oh,
like that, like a
like
couch or something.
amazing chairs imported from Adolphon Prime, couches imported from Acadia. Like there is just money all over this place.
Okay. Rufa's going to like sit down. I'm just, if you don't mind, I'm going to say there's a little coffee table there and there's a little tray there with a teapot. He's like pouring a little cup of tea for like everybody gathered there and goes, honestly, in this one's day, we first offer a guest tea before we do something unseemly as that.
I don't need your tea. Put that away. I need
Oh,
answers.
there is always time for some tea.
I need answers. And they look back to Shonibus. What are you? Striving in mud. Very mad.
See, I'd feel better if she's gonna try to like yank her arm away again, let me go, because that'd be cool. It's not very hospitable, but
You're right. You're right. I'm supposed to be hospitable to guests. My apologies. And he walks over and whispers to the matriarch. She nods her head.
I'm an elf.
It is always beautiful to see how elves can reflect the countries they come from. Here in Shin, we have many elves.
Like many are still appearing from your homeland?
They don't leave, and we don't go looking for them. But I have it on good authority that yes.
Is where?
Some rumors say there's a monastery high up on a mountain. Some say there's a holy tree lost somewhere out in the plains. I don't care. I don't give a damn about that folklore shit. What I know is this. You go to the capital, they're everywhere. Shinese elves, thousands of years old.
Having the trees around is it's supposed to be a folklore. They're supposed to be gone years and years ago, so I'm not sure if I quite believe you.
Mysteries of my country for you to unfold. Now, this brings us back to business. Rufa, we would like to give you everything that we have about this tiger potentially. However, we would like to offer an exchange. You get all the information about the tiger, everything else that we may have. In exchange, I want to sire your friend from Nubia and have her as my greatest assassin in the Hungry Ghosts.
What?
What? I'm sorry. Hold on. What?
We are immortal because we are dead. You are dead, but immortal alive makes no sense. But this is interesting. There might be a cure, and yet something that allows us to be immortal.
No. No. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. No. Alona's upset. No, that's not how that works. I would also know I'm half of what she is and half human. No.
Yes, but when I begin to open my mouth and taste your life, it's like a succulent peach, too ripe, so full of life. If I drain you, it would be invigorating, but that's not exciting. I've done that before. Shionubis, that's intriguing.
I'm so confused.
Rufa's going to take a sip of the tea. Actually, I do have actual tea here. I do. puts it down, looks up at the matron, goes, "That is a choice for Tronibus, but honestly, it would not work. It does not sound like a plan that would work out for what we are in need of for now."
Yeah,
Do you have
Asmakani, the
another?
warrior, is complicated. Warrior, there is life and death on you in great measure. And as you look to the two, you finally see it. You don't know if it's because you're in this room or what, but Sam, you finally see with one hand on their shoulder their souls when they passed. You see their ghosts very close to their body. And it's almost like, even though that they are fully functional, conscious people, they still kind of shudder at the presence of their own ghosts.
To clarify, before I just saw them, and I like just notice their ghosts, like they just come into my vision, or are these ghosts like arriving?
It's like their physicality suggests they've always been there, but now that you're focusing on it, it's like it kind of mist, like a mist. It suddenly enters your view.
Yeah. So you just kind of walk around with those guys? I'm not sure if I'm talking to the ghosts or the bodies.
We thank you for your mournful respect. Rufa, you keep very interesting company. A man who has already kind of died, a woman who is the warrior of the dead, a champion of the choice of life and death, and of course, a beacon of life itself. And you, a man marked to greatness, with no idea if that will lead to one or the other. But you need to solve a mystery, and we need to make business. So if you want to know everything we know about the tiger, please give us a counteroffer.
We also own a theater.
What kind of theater do you own?
A wonderful one. I bet whatever deal the illustrious Rufa is about to work out for you, whatever deal that is, could be enriched by tickets
Rufa,
to the next traveling show.
please tell us about your theater. What is this? How come you didn't bring this up earlier?
Oh, it is a traveling show that they are doing a show that tells of all the travels, the war in the West, and that such thing. PJ, really quick, I was wondering if I could either roll a recall knowledge shin or occultism or something that will give me some idea of what something that they would want that would not cost us one of our people.
I'll give that to you for free. You know that they either want large sum of money, basically some form of like actual business market enterprise, or some very potent life thing. I'm leaving that blank because I want you to fill in the blanks here about what you want to offer them, either some form of market industry or some sort of very potently interesting life.
I personally also do want to hear what the 1 minute pitch is, though, for the theater. Because every theater has one. 1 minute pitch. Why should you invest in the arts?
Rufa's going to look over the matron and go, "If you do not mind, Rufa will in private consult with his associates."
Go. You have a few minutes, but you cannot leave this office. And the The pallid gentleman looks to you, Shionabes, and he just goes,
Rufa's gonna
chills.
gonna motion everybody to get into, like, I guess, a huddle.
Sure, really fast. I'm pretty sure this was comedic, but I just want to check in. Was there a line or veil crossed?
No. That was just X. Get these creepy people away from me. Get them away. Bad. Go. Bye.
Just wanted to check in because I know that it was probably a joke, but I wanted to make sure I take that seriously. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's a joke. Get away.
So friends. Well, in Rufa's experience, that they either usually request a job or offering, and since he's looking over Chonibus, it would not be a good deal to offer to our friend. And he looks at Chonibus like, unless okay, that's off the table. That is off the table. Usually other things they usually enjoyed is copious amount of riches or
Rufa.
a life.
Rufa. You could. I know I name drop our theater a lot because I'm really proud that we have a business venture, but also I feel like vampires and the theater go very well together. If you have an incredibly large crowd of people who are ready to be emotionally drained, it just makes sense.
I mean, in that case, you might as well just open a theater school. But anyway.
Ouch.
Let's for Addison in the chat. Anyway,
there's some trauma in here tonight.
Well, you could, does the theater make you any money? Is it a dumb question?
Well, maybe you can consult for them to open their own theater, and you can tell them how to open their own theater where they can suck a little bit of life out of a lot of people regularly on a regular basis, and those people will like it, first of all, because they went there to have an emotional experience. So first of all, they can feed on people consensually ish. They gotta work that out themselves, and they'll make money at the same time. And Rufa, your brilliant brain for business can lead them down the right path.
That is the plan. Anybody else have any other suggestions?
I'm gonna put this out there. I don't think he could win, but I'll say we just kill him and take their information. Not because killing them is right, but they are undead and they have accosted us. Just putting that out there.
Normally, yes, I feel like me personally would not be down for this, but they're creepy and I don't like them. They also touch Shionibus. I don't like that either.
I don't like their vibe at all. They're they're like, I get it. They're being very hospitable. Also, a little.
They're
creepy.
not though.
I mean, they're not eating us. That's nice of them.
They told
like
Rufa to put
minimum.
Well, the way
raise your bar morale.
The ways here in Shin is very different from the West, and also, while they do pose a danger to people, they are a part of the local environment. They do have a place in Shin, and if you remove something as this, there's always a chance for something worse to replace that vacuum.
Yeah, the power vacuum. Yeah. Shunbis, do you have any ideas?
I mean, I'd rather not offer myself up. Rufa, by chance, do you know her name, or she has another code name?
Out of character, do I?
You would know that they would be referred to as Madam and Master Gui.
Okay. Rufa relays this to Chonbus. At either Madam or Master Gui.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
I'd rather like not get offered up as a bargaining chip, given I have a country to run. But you know,
Yeah, in all honesty, Rufa would rather you not have to be put in such a perilous position. It would be no good for anybody, especially you.
yeah,
Yeah, especially them. They don't realize it. They're getting like the worst deal. I'm just kidding. I love you. Don't hate me. I'm just making a joke. Please don't hate me. I was being
that's a very
funny.
good joke. That's a very good
Well,
joke.
it seems so far we could run a play with Itchy's idea. Perhaps we could find some legs there.
I think that you both have a great thing going with this theater, and Ichi's idea is brilliant, and you absolutely need to pitch to these new investors why they should invest in your theater, because it's a worthwhile expense to support the arts. Be free. Have fun.
Out of character. Oh, it's time to do. It's time to BS.
Yes.
That's what we're
I-
best at.
Want this scene too much. Too much.
All right. As they say, hike.
Break the leg.
Right. In the pigskin ball game that we have in this world, maybe.
Yes. Rufa is going to turn to Madame Gao.
Gui.
Gui. I mean, sorry. We have discussed some things. One of our counter offer would be perhaps we could aid you in a new revenue of business. Perhaps we could provide some aid. We could provide the plans for to and allow you to come aboard as investors in, and looks over at Itchy, our new Shin touring
I got a pitch.
opera
I got a pitch,
theater.
Rufa. I got a pitch. All right, here goes. Hello, my good folks, both living and unliving. Have you ever wanted to be surrounded by a crowd of people just desperate to feel something? Have you wanted to suck a little bit of life out of so many human/elf beings at just a moment's notice? Have you ever wanted to do all of this and make money and do it to the backing of a full orchestra? Well, have we the opportunity for you? Consider theater. Here we have, Rufa, the one true brilliance behind a very unique theater repertoire revenue back where we come from. This connoisseur of the arts has business ideas galore and knows how to do a spreadsheet. These spreadsheets will bring in the dollars and the theater goers. All you do is hire what we like to call actors. They put on a performance. They make everyone cry. And then when the curtain falls, you go just a little bit. But there's so many people there, they won't even know. Imagine doing this every Friday and Saturday night. A smorgasbord, a buffet, some might say. You will be rolling in money, energy, prestige. Back to you, Rufa.
And yes, and the payroll and overhead is very, very minimal, especially since Lufa knows that the Hungry Ghosts do own a number of of retail spaces, theater, open buildings and such. Is very low, and the pay for the actors it's almost as if they're working for a exposure or something. Yes, for a low investment of we'll say 75%, in only 5 years, we could triple your intake on this. And also, you would also be quite well fed. We would recommend you not eating so much from a person that they expire, but perhaps only take a very minimal, like maybe a day's worth of their energy, so they could regain and come back, recharge the week after. So it's almost as if it's a renewable energy source.
Okay, this pitch has been fire. I need you guys to make diplomacy checks.
Okay.
I'm gonna get
I do just
can't.
have to mention, because since we are playing Pathfinder, I do have to mention that I have a special background skill feat called Fascinating Performance that allows me to use performance for my diplomacy checks. Just doing that, for Paizo, throw it, let me.
Yeah. I'm
but
down
also
for that.
it doesn't really change the numbers.
Hey, but you know what? That's you up there basically being the hype man who's like, does this ever happen to you? Oh no. And they're like, yeah, all the time. Yes. Oh my God.
It's almost like we're a non-problematic Elon Musk.
You do a lot of Tesla references.
Yeah, that's one of your magical bats, right? Their name is Tesla.
That's mine.
Well, that's right. Yeah. And Beatrice for your Griffin, right, Kylie? Okay. See, I'm remembering things.
I'm using one of my hero points to re-roll. It's an
Yeah.
okay roll, but I think I could do better.
That's fair.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, so I'm going to make the DC big, but I feel like you're all going to knock this out of the park. So let's see what your rolls are.
Well, what skill are we using again? I forgot.
Diplomacy, unless you have the ability that Ichi mentioned, which will then be performance, but they're both charisma based. So odds are you're probably still going to do a very good job.
I actually do have an ability. It's not the one that Ichi has, but I have a different one called group coercion. They're a group. They're two people. Two people make a group, right?
Totally. There's two of them. That's applicable. You could totally try to apply to both at once. Yeah.
Coerce away.
Mine's at 23.
Nice.
Do I get my +1 from my open case?
Yeah, because you're doing this to find out information about the Imperial tiger that you're dancing with.
All right. Well, I got a 33.
Oh
Damn.
my God.
I originally rolled a 13, and then you know what? I thought I could do better. So with my hero point, I rolled a 19 and then added my other stuff.
Yeah. Let me just tell you right now. So I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a high check, right? Level 5, your standard DC is approximately, give or take some numbers, around the 20-ish range. And there's a nice little fat modifier of +10 for very hard to almost impossible, right? And I'm giving you all this mechanical stuff because here's what you just did. The number was about a 30 to beat. You did 33 your damn self, and Sam popped in with another bonus. You just completely stomped what should have been impossible to do. You see the two just eyes wide, just on every word. Like the minute Sam starts doing her pitch, like they're leaning back, they sit up straight, they lean forward, dock the chin back, eyes go wide. sit, their back starts going hunched. They're like, what? And then Rufus starts coming in with the numbers and the returns and everything else. And then the standing pallid man like sits right next to the matriarch and kind of bends the knee, like right next to her, goes, what? And they're all just sitting there going like, you.
We pulled a PowerPoint together, okay?
Yeah.
You guys
I pull
realize
out of the manila folder.
Yeah.
Ichi and Rufa are just the producers.
Oh no. So what? It's Leo Bloom and oh gosh, I can't remember the other one's name, right?
I don't remember either. Someone look it up.
Yeah.
I want to be Nathan. That's the
The
one I
Nathan
want to
Lane
be.
character. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you to little
Nathan Lane's character. I'll be
little
Nathan Lane.
Ladyland. Yeah. So they look at you and they go, okay, I think that this could be, as a business offering, amenable. We would approve. We would have to get the proper paperwork and receipts into place. I've been dying to get in the theater. Yes. Okay. So we're going to start working on this right away. But once the paperwork is signed, we'll give you everything we have. We'll start working on Western theater. Yes, I know. This will be good. And we will work on this immediately. Paperwork now, darling, now. So we're going to get to work on that right now. And you said we can feed just a little bit on large numbers and then we won't have to kill anyone.
Just a little bit,
Mhm.
enough like as if they did a day's worth of work. That
Sure,
way,
sure.
when they come back the following week,
Yes.
they have recharged their energy and you can do it all over again. And that way
Yes.
it's a renewable bioenergy.
And we can feed
Source.
off the actors too, right? I mean,
Would
Oh,
not
they'll love
recommend the
that.
actors. Would not recommend the actors.
oh.
Actually,
okay.
no, Roof is right because they are already go through a lot of emotional drainage in preparing and performing the part. So you probably would kill them if you added that in. So just, there's a whole audience there. Not only that, but if you feed on the audience just the right amount, they're gonna the reviews, they're gonna be so good.
You're right. Okay, yes, we can put a business plan into place, a list of practices. We can do this. All right. And then the Paladin comes up with a long document, a contract, basically, the whole tit for tat. Like we get ownership, this is how it's going to go down. We're giving you all their information. They just need you two to sign on the dotted line, give them the rights to do this in Shin.
I did mention like during that their investment is 75%.
Oh
so
yeah,
that way
no,
we still have a stake, so we can actually still make some money off of this.
Oh, absolutely.
that
They're
out.
still, that's all in the paperwork. They're going to invest the 75% locally, and then they're going to basically kick you back your money transcontinentally when it's done.
I can't believe this worked.
You guys, you absolutely just stomped the DC, and it was a good pitch.
Pleasure
Honest-
doing business with you.
This is why I love you all so much.
Yeah, what's that?
Because-
You go to Shin and start hanging out with like Chinese hopping vampire mafia lords. Well, get them in a theater.
I mean, since this is based off of kind of like China, there is the Chinese opera. I'm just gonna point that out.
There's the Chinese Opera House. Absolutely. Do you want this to be the Chinese Opera House?
Oh, sure.
So
Okay,
cool.
it's canon.
This is the Eastern version of the show.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
So you have not only started the I don't want to say oh gosh, I'm gonna say the Chinese Opera House. You've also done it with
The Shin
with
Opera House.
thank you, the Shin Opera House. You've also done it with the financial backing of hopping vampire mafia criminals who are using this as a way to feed off people while they make a small profit on the backside. And of course, giving you, I think, the other 25% that they make of gross.
Honestly, there's a long. I want to say there's a long history of criminal investment when it comes to entertainment.
Oh God, you're not wrong. And I don't want to be that guy, but isn't the triad got a few hands and pockets of some action films?
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for all you do. We really appreciate the action films. Please don't kill me.
I mean, look, Frank Sinatra had ties to the mafia.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
100%.
so, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're creating our own mob.
So yeah, they sign over everything. They're obviously willing to put up the 75%. You guys go over the numbers. You'll be making, passive income as this theater keeps doing its thing. And with that, they look at the paperwork, they rip off a back end and they go, "You're in Shin, so here's the receipts. Please keep the receipts. You will need the receipts." And then they take it and they put it in a file, and then they close it and they open up this other file. You got this massive bound leather folio with kind of like a red spine and a golden dragon going up it, and some Shinny's writing on it. They put it down, they untie it and open it up, and they said, "All right, this is everything about the reports about the Imperial tiger or whatever tigers you want. We have tiger hunts, we have tiger paraphernalia, we have tiger symbolism, we have tiger rumors, we have tigers of the court. Everything is in this dossier."
I'm just also gonna say, Rufus gonna do something he hasn't done in a very, very long time, since some of our earlier episodes when everybody's doing the numbers, Rufus pulls out his abacus and it's doing like the numbers with that.
Forgot about the
Absolutely.
abacus.
Comes the abacus in a minute.
Is there anything in these reports about cereal?
No.
Good.
No.
Or anybody named Tony.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Is there anything
Tony.
about other demons?
Say that. Was that?
Is there anything else about other demons?
There's a lot of reports of tiger demons, people being compared to demons, all manner of things like that. Yeah.
And there's like nothing about like specific demons or like anyone that's had their own possession.
Oh, there's tons of stories of possession, but they're mostly from
Oh,
spirits. For you, Shinibus, give me a lore check or society check.
We'll do society.
What is society?
Natural 20, which makes it a 31.
Oh my.
Oh.
We live in a society.
Yeah.
So with that, you start seeing something. You start seeing a bunch of stories about someone like a tiger, this demon like a tiger, and there's always this horrific series of murders going around it. And even though there's like a bunch of different dates and a bunch of different locations and a bunch of different descriptions of the culprit, the murders all happen the exact same way. There's always like a very similar mark of 3 tiger claws, basically like rending the face open, kind of coming up at an angle on the cadaver, regardless of how the body was found: drowning, hanging upside down, bleeding to death, on fire. Those marks are always there on the face.
Thanks, I hate it.
Can I follow up on that?
Sure. What's your plan?
What kind of people were being murdered? Did they have any connection?
Give me a society check.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. Dirty 20.
So, I mean, I'm assuming, by the way, Michael, that you or the 2 vampires are translating this for your friends.
Sure.
Absolutely. But yeah, you're reading it and you're finding out that let me take a quick second to go over my notes. You're seeing that it's kind of spattering at different people. Local nobles, low nobles, bunch of like poor peasants and farmers, brave warriors. You're seeing even a few like low gentry concubines and rich warlords. They do mention, though, that there is a history of them going to a party at some point, like some sort of like formal event, or a tavern and listening to a bard, going fishing with friends, and they drink a little bit too much. There's always like this kind of jovial atmosphere somewhere in their life in the timeline before they die.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
How many names, specifically names, have tiger in them?
I mean, there's a few like boxing and wrestling champions. There's a few warlords that or generals of the military that had the title of tiger.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Is there a Tiger King?
Sidney, we agreed to leave 2020 behind.
I'm sorry.
Look, there is, but only because it was their family crest. It's not Joe Exotic.
Who's the Tiger King, BJ?
Sunshar.
All right.
I have a question. Is there like a child has any reference to tigers, or been born under like the tiger star or the year of the tiger or something like that that's important?
There is a story that was actually brought back by one of the 5 generals of the emperor, a general named Mashu. And it talks about how there was a powerful warrior in a village somewhere that was said to be born under the divine star of the tiger. They investigated them under fear that they may be rabble rousers and rebels. They noted that they were a very powerful and formidable warrior, but that when they were done with their investigation and some combat, they did not feel that this person was a threat to the imperial interest.
Yet.
And Rufa's going to look into bloodlines, like tracing to the emperor himself or anybody in the imperial court, or past people in the imperial court.
There's been a very interesting stranglehold upon the imperial dynasty. As you're looking through this, you realize there has not been any heirs or any other new blood going around the imperial court for over 1,000 years. In fact, this current dynasty started somewhere towards the end of the Great Dragon War, which was 5,000 years ago. So the last time that you see a bloodline that continued was 5,000 years ago, and it ended abruptly when this new dynasty was formed at the end of the Great Dragon War 5,000 years ago.
Was going to trace that bloodline to anything that refers to a tiger or something like that.
There was a great general who became a emperor and had a dynasty for a pretty long time. He was usually referred to as Kutian. Kind of like the tiger of heaven. He was also like related as a far offshoot to the Sun family, which not only wrote The Art of War, has served loyally in the Navy, in the great military of Shin for thousands of years, but has given birth to some of the amazing heroes that fought to keep Shin, at peace. They're slightly related to them. However, it doesn't really seem to come up again or really matter again once the Great Dragon War happens and that bloodline is just vanished from the imperial documents.
What about concubines? Because that would relate to bloodlines and stuff like that too.
a couple thousand years ago, there was a concubine who was said to adopt that exact same name, Hutian. And people assume that she was the daughter of that noble family. She raised a lot of children in the name of the emperor. However, they all vanished, and so did she. But this was probably about 2,000 years ago.
Well, you know what, Roof, we're getting all this information, and can we say at some point that we're in we go back to our private rooms or something like that, and we're all looking at this wall, and Rufus using the stationery that Ichi gave him. There's like these lines and stuff. It's like a conspiracy wall. Like there's even one that says like Pepe ?
Pepe
somewhere.
Sylvia, let's talk about the mail. Sure. Yeah, so you're putting up your notes. You have the concubine, the last family line of the Tiger Emperor. Hutian, they vanished sometime 2,000 years ago. Is the concubine Hutian, they're gone. You also have Mashu, the general that went off to fight what they believed was a tiger warrior, or at least some potential tiger, in a village somewhere, in very deep in the southeast. And yeah, aside from a few like village warriors going by the name Tiger Warrior, that's kind of your leads right now.
Oh, and finally, also want to make one thing. Is there any artifacts or items of importance that has the tiger reference that will relate to this whole situation?
Oh God, it's everywhere. Not even including the dynasty that decided to put their seal everywhere, and all of like the tiger memorabilia to shout their dynasty to the heavens. The image of the tiger is still very prevalent in lore. The idea of the rebel, the violent dissenter that overthrows the aloof and greedy, authority figure. It's everywhere.
Rufus gonna stand in front of this board with his friends. Goes, not that it seems that as always the bureaucracy of Shin. It's so much easier in the West. This is one of the reasons that Rufa has left.
Rufa, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
We're kind of operating right now as if it's normal to have an emperor for 1,000 years or so. I know that it's normal in Nubia because the current government's run by elves, but is the emperor human?
Oh, you didn't know? Oh yeah, of course. Well, Rufa himself, he was born in the 988th year of the rule of the celestial dragon Zheng Yi, actually. He was actually the second son, yes, the Emperor Zheng Shi, yes.
But
Our emperor, you all didn't know, a celestial dragon.
Your emperor is a literal dragon?
Yes. Rufus gonna kind of look at the. You didn't know that?
Clearly not, Rufa!
What? Wait, out of character. I could not make out what you said. Yelled out, honestly.
Clearly not, Rufa.
Oh.
Oh my God. Sorry, that was just awesome.
Yes. There's very old saying in Shin. What is on us is a reflection of what is in the heavens. We are connected from earth to the heaven, and heaven to earth. What is done in one is reflected in the other. This is something we all learn in, the elementary school.
second grade, Alona. No, actually, I'm as confused as you are. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Well, yeah, Rufa. That might be good information to have. I don't necessarily know what relevancy it has to this tiger, but if this tiger is meant to overthrow this dragon, this celestial dragon, we're looking for an insane, stupid amount of power. Possibly a literal tiger person. I don't know. But wow. Okay, that changes things a little bit. It does.
EJ,
Yeah.
can I look through everything and see if anything mentions like a tabaxi?
Like a catfolk person. Yeah, go ahead. Give me
Mhm.
give me another society check. You're kind of using your knowledge of societies or history.
Using my last hero point because that was a 3.
Ooh.
Better. That's a 25.
25. Okay. You remember stories of cat people, cat demons, cat spirits, even fairies, which is kind of a mistranslation. Mostly this like a demigod or divine entity that ascended and became cat-like. You don't recall any like tiger-esque person, cat-like person with tiger colors, who was a divine entity.
Okay, cool. So everyone, what's our next move?
Can PJ, you know what? I was wondering if I could make a roll here. I'm not sure whether it's will be legal or I'm not sure which because there's no investigation role in Pathfinder. Running down everything that all the leads that we presented, what would the best leads be in connection with all the clues that we were presented with from the Jiangxi?
Well, let's workshop that a little bit, right? So what are your leads so far? Let's bullet point those out directly.
We have the Tiger King. We have a warrior that someone went to go look at and deemed was not actually the real warrior. We have looking into the concubine that took the last name of the Tiger Dynasty person that might still be alive, raised a bunch of kids, disappeared. We have the demon monster tiger thing that murdered a bunch of people that we could investigate. Am I missing anything else?
A shitload of tiger paraphernalia.
I don't think that matters. I
Yeah.
really don't. I think that's all we have right now, unless I'm forgetting something. Anybody else pick up on anything that I'm missing?
Well, the way it looks like to me is you have 3 good leads. You just have to choose which one you want to follow first. Ma Shu, who went to the villages and fought the tiger warrior. The concubine who was kind of like a series of concubines in the imperial court who adopted the name of the late tiger emperor. And of course, this tiger-esque demon attack that seems to be happening periodically. Those 3 things so far. The question is, for your investigation, which one do you want to go on first?
Let's find the warrior.
I was just gonna roll a dice, but okay.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Oh, I was gonna go demon.
well,
Crossroads.
let's flip a coin.
I mean, I got a coin. But I want to know what Sam thinks. What's your mood, Sam?
Ichi has no input.
Okay.
Can I
Just
roll
vibes.
Just vibes.
it? A 1 on the warrior, 2 on the concubine, 3 on the demon, and 4 will be a reroll.
Cool. I like that.
That
I
sound good
like
for
that.
everybody?
Yes.
Let's go.
That is a 4, so I'm re-rolling.
Okay.
All fours.
That is a 4, re-rolling.
God damn it!
We stay here and develop the play for the theater.
Screw everything else. Let's just
That-
go. in
oh,
the theater.
I got a 1, so that would be the warrior.
All right.
Okay. All right. So deciding that you're going to go with the potential tiger warrior, you know that your connection to that is Mashu, the golden horse general, one of the 5 generals of the Imperial military. Everyone give me a perception check as you're kind of, it's a bit of a stretch, looking through your memory.
And I roll my shin lore instead.
Yes, you can.
15.
15. Thank you, Kylie.
Oh, I'm using my hero point. Oh, I
25.
Is it 25?
Yeah.
I rolled the same number twice, so I'm going to use my 3rd hero point. Only for slightly better. What's the modifier again?
Perception, so wisdom.
Oh,
Oh,
we do have one more hero point. That's better.
perception
instead.
check.
25. All right.
Yeah,
I
that's a 26.
Nice.
I got a 32.
Jesus.
Wow.
So you start talking about Mashu. You start looking through the book. You start seeing drawings of this general. He is always depicted riding a horse with a beautiful red coat. You see that he is called the Golden because he wears very, very splendid armor. It's green and gold, and there's dragon heads all over it. He's got a helmet that looks like almost like a horse head with like dragon horns coming out of it. And you all look at each other, looking at this amazing photo, and realized you kind of look at each other, pointing eyes wide. You saw him outside the tavern back in the other city. This exact guy on a horse whose hooves clicked with fire.
Let's go!
Oh, ow.
Oh, shoot. Normally my mic cuts out. I'm so sorry.
You must have broke the cutting part when you shook it so vigorously.
Oh, no. I've been murdering your ears.
So from now on, you've got to go. Let's go. You gotta do a lean back. It'll be great. Don't worry, it'll work.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. We love you. Don't change, but changed a little bit.
On the volume part, maybe.
I love you. You're perfect. Now change. That's a musical.
I
Anyway.
love you. You're perfect. Now change. Wonderful.
Now it's like my relationships.
Ah!
Oh.
Ooh. Wow.
I'm not
That
used to the screen.
got dark. Anyways, so on that
Scream.
note, this is where we're going
Trouble
to
point.
end episode 9.
On that cell phone.
On that cell phone. This is where we're going to end episode 9 of Edge of Legend, the journey to the east, the dance of the Imperial Tiger. When we come back next week, they're going to chase after Mashu, the Golden Horse General, and we're going to see where this investigation goes into the Tiger Warrior and see what the hell's going on with everything else. But before we say our goodbyes, or let's say our goodbye. No, actually, before we say our goodbyes, I want to take a minute to thank you, the legends in the chat, specifically the people who showed up on Sunday and supported the Night Witches of New Jack City 2 and everyone that donated. And I want to take a second to read your names because, damn it, you read the names of the heroes and you pay respects to those who give. And I wanted to say thank you to Griffin D. Morgan, Rick M. the GM, Patrick Thomas, Gups, Lord Nova 42, Reap Psyche, Allison, Eric Jackson, GM for Life, Syrup, Brendan Sherlock, Tobias, and Wes, all of you that came out and listened to the story of women heroes saving the day and giving to a great cause for reproductive rights for International Women's Day. I want to thank you for your donations, because we hit our goal and we could not have done that without you. So thank you to the legends in the chat. And I cannot wait until we can do it again and hopefully just make the world a little better. With that being said, let's say our goodbyes, starting with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
I can't believe we started another theater. Oh, anyway, I am Michael Powell, aka Mr. Kapow, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is usually at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure, or my horror channel, Dastardly Tales of Horror. And this upcoming week, let's see, Thursday, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm on the Toyzilla Network channel at 6 p.m. for Toyzilla Live, where we're going to be talking about toys, and we're going to have a very special guest, someone who recently directed a Duran Duran video using Funko Pops. Also on Friday, I believe, at also 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, on the Jahananon channel, we're going to be checking out Green Rodent Publishing's new Cthulhu Awakens game. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. Now, before I turn it over to Sam to say her goodbyes and where you can find her on that sweet, sweet internet, I want to take a minute to announce who won the polls for Sam's Frog Mug. Sam, can we please see that lovely Amphiboy again? Wonderful. So the winner and the name of this new mug, and of course the aforementioned familiar frog, is... I don't know. I was trying to be dramatic and I dropped my earbud because I'm a dingus.
Dingus.
I'm back. The winner is Frug. Frug the Frog.
It's beautiful.
So now this newly christened Frug, I'm gonna make a note to bring Frug in next week. This newly christened Frug, this delightful Amphiboy. Please, Sam, would you tell us where you and Frug can be seen on this sweet, sweet internet?
Yes. Hello. I brought the microphone close to get real intimate with you. I just want to say I love you all. We covered a lot of theater trauma tonight, so just so you all know, Frog Mug will never hurt you. Froggy Mug is always there for you, and Frog lives forever. But aside from that, I'm Sam Sterling. You can find me online everywhere at Hey Sam Sterling. Check out my dumb TikTok. I say shower thoughts on Twitter, and that's all.
Lovely.
Back to you.
Oh, thank you. Next up, we have Kylie. Please, Kylie, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life all over the internet, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that good stuff. When I'm not here on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Twitch, I'm at Asgard's D&D Adventures, where we play a homebrew campaign where I am this gunslinging sass master / werewolf. Check it out before I go on hiatus, where I won't be on for like 2-3 months. So like, come check it out. And during that 2-3 months, you should come check out the Irwindale Renaissance Fair.
Yes.
I'll be there.
Oh, we're doing this. EOL's going to the Irwindale. We're doing that. We're crashing your joint. Doing that. I'm excited now. That being said, please, Sidney, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello. My name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That is Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. When I'm not here on Wednesday nights, I have another stream on Saturday nights. It's a D&D 5e stream over on the Exquisite Corpse Presents channel on Twitch. And that campaign is a gay, chaotic mess. So if that sounds like fun to you, come over there because it's fun for me too. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you guys if you showed up on Sunday. It was really awesome to see a lot of you guys in the chat. We had a really great cast. Super awesome. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much to everyone that came in Sunday indeed. And I think I saw one of our other Night Witch heroines in the chat tonight as well. And let it be said that we all bask in the glow of the strength of the heroines, because we also have not just Sidney, but Kylie, who was a hero in year one. And we look forward to having you again. That being said, my name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Can find me, can friend me. Let's have fun. This is your formal invite to follow me on the internet. I don't post much because I'm lazy and I sleep late. But besides that, I look forward to meeting on the internet. When I'm out here with these absolute legends on Wednesdays, 8 to 11, you can find me here, same that time, same that channel, for our new show that launched this year, Wayward Arcadium. The adventurers that are going to the Arcana Miriam College just survived their first field adventure assignment, and they passed. But now this coming week is Parent-Teacher Week, and you're gonna love all the familial daddy issues and parent trauma that they put into their backstories that is gonna unfold in this college mess. So please tune in next week for that. And as that continues, this Friday I will be rejoining Wes and Sam and Audrey as Odd. I'm just gonna call them Mod as we go to the Rebellion of Braden for Yeet for Initiative. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to do it again. Friday night, 6 p.m. till about 10 p.m. And I want to say this weekend there's some things going on. Oh, you know what? Ian's not here, but I want to plug what he's doing. If you find yourself in SoCal or somewhere on the West Coast, good buddy Ian, Bearded Skull, Woodward, the man, the myth, the brother, the legend. We know him, we love him. He is kind of flying solo at the Magic, what's it called? Magic Shop, Magic Workshop?
Magic Market in Glendale.
The Magic Market in Glendale. Witch and Heathen will be there selling candles and just, hanging out. So if you bought a candle from Witch and Heathen and want to see the man who makes the magic happen, go to Magic Market. Maybe, who knows? Maybe there'll be a surprise. And I think last but not least, we have more announcements potentially, but we'll let you know when we know. And until then, have a great night. And we're going to be rating. So thank you for coming in for episode 9.
Hi. We're rating Hero Zone, who's painting some miniatures.
Oh, Hero Zone. Yeah. We rated them last time. They're awesome. They're very cool people. Recommend following them. Give them some love. They are super sweet.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.